Hello there, and welcome back to the Awazi podcast, your bi-weekly dose of spicy conversations. Wink, wink. Today, we are really turning up the heat with our guest. She's the founder of Afro Heat, a groundbreaking fitness community that celebrates African and Black culture while promoting a healthy and active lifestyle. She provides women with specialized training programs and a safe space to thrive. Welcome to the Pod Squad, Hamrawit, Gizaw.
Oh my God, I think you described me better than me, I swear.
Actually, great segue because... And thank you for coming through, and great segue because I'm going to give you the chance to introduce yourself and like your background and some fun facts we should know about you.
Okay. Could you say what you said about me so that I can repeat it? Anyway, so hi, I'm Hamrawit. Where do I start? So I'm a personal trainer, I'm a group fitness instructor, and a dance fitness instructor, and I founded Afro Heat almost 2 years ago now. I come from such a diverse background, but I think as soon as I realized fitness was something that I loved as a hobby at first, but because it was the most consistent thing I was doing for the past however many years before that, I thought, let me make a career out of it. And then it seemed like in Ethiopia, a lot of women needed the service also. It's still different. So 4 years ago, when I was going to the gyms, a lot of women were still not doing strength training or any sort of weight training. And so I thought, no, like I'd like to change that, and I'd like to play a role in changing that. Obviously, I can't change. But yeah, but like to this day, I do see the need for women safe spaces in gyms or in general, in the context of training in general. So that's why my dance classes right now are actually female only. I do get still a lot of requests for it not to be female only, but the reason I focus on females is because I don't think even globally, I don't think that the fitness space caters to women particularly. I feel like we have such complex anatomies, physiology, hormones. I feel that I want to work in that space. So yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
You're so right. Yeah, we don't really have the space or actually a specialization, even medically. A fun fact, actually, they did the first testing of tampons with actual blood. Like they Iskandras 2023, this is the first time they tested it with actual blood.
I don't believe you.
They used to do it, but with water.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, so this completely changes what the scale is on who has a heavy flow or not. So it's like not so fun fact.
Oh my goodness.
Literally. So August 2023 is that when that dropped. So I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
Love it. Actually, this is not even a podcast episode. This was my way of manipulating you into giving me a spot.
In class? You're always invited. Oh my God. I have invited you how many times now? Like 3 times. Just come through. Really? You don't even need to let me know.
I shall. I'm doing it. I'm putting it out there for the Awazi podcast.
Okay, when are my classes?
Wednesdays.
What time is it?
It's 6.
Wow. Where?
Was it at Rafanti? No.
Girl, you...
I made it.
Antica. It's at Antica. Yeah.
So do you want to tell me a little bit about your background in terms of education or stuff that you were doing before this, maybe?
Yeah, I went to Gibson. Do you know Gibson Youth Academy?
Yeah.
I went there. I mean, of course, I'm grateful for the entire pathway that I took in life, right? But I do remember feeling like school was not helping me find my true self.
Facts.
I mean, I can see that there were some kids that were really good at physics because they're just geniuses. They don't even have to study or something.
Yeah.
I can see some people were really into academia, misara lacho sa. For them, I could see that school would help in finding what they might want to do or what they want to get into. But it wasn't helping for me. I felt like I just had to study all the classes and just get a good grade and halas, you know? But I don't think that's what life's about. I don't think it taught me how to look and find for jobs, how to highlight my strengths and how to self-reflect and be better and how to manage finances and how to... So when I finished high school, I was a really, really confused 17-year-old girl, and I thought I needed to have a scholarship and, go to the States. Otherwise, I'll be very, very sad and depressed here.
And stuck in a job job that you don't want.
Yeah. Anyway, so I did do that, and I studied computer science. So I was a software developer for 2 years. Everybody asks me, so can you make me an app? When I say,
can you make me a website? Let's do that.
A website. I could actually.
Yeah, I've seen your website. It's banging.
Yeah.
It's
well, actually,
awesome.
so what happens is though, now I'm a bit distant from computer science field, and you know, coding languages and stuff. They're really, really like you have to be up to date. Otherwise, you're gonna use duro information, right? Like, but in any case, I know very good enough to do what I need to do for myself, at least for now.
Yeah.
And it has helped me when I first like started doing my websites. Before Afro Heat, it wasn't my own websites. I was freelancing actually. Yeah. So I freelanced in editing like online articles. I freelanced in making websites, organizing events, making audiobooks. So I was doing a lot of stuff, and so that that computer science background definitely helped. But anyway, I studied business psychology in London afterwards. So when I finished my studies, I finished working, I was like, I didn't like the job. So I thought, if I was to go to school again for something that I really, really liked, what would it be? And the answer was psychology. I didn't know what kind of psychology. There were different types: clinical psychology, behavioral psychology. But I was more interested in the business psychology course that a London school was
Sounds
offering.
very interesting.
It's very interesting.
I don't even know what that is. But
about, some of the courses we took were the art of negotiation. So how to get what you need out of a business meeting, it could be. Or, it helped not just in a business setting, just in general.
Yeah.
So
for you even now.
Exactly, in life. So those kinds of things are what the course was about. But anyway, so I would have been doing the same thing after I graduated, meaning I would have looked for a job and stayed in London and yada, yada, yada. But I wasn't happy doing that. It still just felt like I was living on the surface, like a fake Hamrawit was kind of walking the streets. Exactly. Imposter. I didn't really know what was gonna happen if I just moved here. So I just up and moved here. And that's when I did all the freelance stuff just to make money on the side. Yeah. But in the meantime, I was doing a lot of fitness stuff. I saw the gap. I remember when I was in college, I was part of this dance group called Pamoja Girls.
Ooh.
Yeah, and we were doing a lot of African dances and showing it once a year to all the students.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's where my interest for Afrobeats first started, actually.
Whoa.
So like years ago, maybe like a decade now. But so I thought to myself, let me pick that back up and make it in the form of fitness. And people always want to stay active in different fun ways. So I gave it a shot and it seemed
fire.
Yeah. People really liked it. So, that is where I started. But of course, I really, really want to just in generally be in the health and fitness industry as a whole. So it's not really just about dance fitness. Dance fitness is not the only thing about fitness. But yeah.
That sounds great. Thanks. I had no idea. This is such a great background. Awesome. So we'll delve into personal growth, even though you've shared most of it so far. So how has your journey into fitness contributed to your own self-discovery and development? And what let you pursue it as a career and lifestyle?
Oh, wow. The first thing that comes to my mind is that my self-discovery led me to fitness. Because how did I even get into fitness is the question of it's just me trying to do different things that I liked that led me. So I had discovered myself already.
First.
Yeah,
That's
first.
Awesome.
And once I did that, it was very easy to stay in it. And so it was easy to think of making a career out of it because I was doing it very, very consistently. I think self-discovery is such if we're talking about in terms of, what do we want to do? What do we like to do? I feel like there's such a pressure on young people and youth now. And I don't want to say the cliche thing, do what you're passionate about, do what you love. Because sometimes you don't know what you love or what you're passionate about or what you're supposed to be passionate about. And sometimes that won't make you money, to be honest.
Facts.
So, I have to say, I just know your strengths and your weaknesses is definitely one thing. My passion might be one thing, and if it does not make me money, and if I don't have business experience or business knowledge, I'm going to go find myself a circle of people where I can learn from, or a partner that has that as a strength, and I continue doing my creative stuff, right? Yeah. So you don't have to be good at everything to succeed, to be honest.
That's true.
Some people are very, very business savvy and business minded,
and you can leave it up to them.
Exactly. Like that, you always have to work with people anyway. So I think just asking myself, what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses? What am I happy doing? Even if it was for free. I know that's a really, really bad question to ask.
No. Actually, it's all good.
If it's all about just finding what gives you joy, what would you do even if it was for free? Would you wake up in the morning and go to the job that you have now if it was for free? Would you wake up in the morning and still come and do this podcast even if it was for free?
It is for free.
I mean, so I'm not saying go and like find the things you would do for free and do them for free. That's not what I'm saying.
Self-discovery helps you. The self-awareness helps you.
It really helped me find what I really, really loved and what made me feel safe, and, you know, what made me love myself, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
that sounds amazing. So it was the other way around after all. So on the Awaze podcast, we love talking about mental health. So I want to ask, how do you prioritize mental well-being within the Afroheat community? And also, what advice do you have for individuals who maybe struggle with maintaining a healthy mind while pursuing their fitness goals?
That's a very good question. So for my girls within the Afroheat community, I'm actually changing the format of my classes to become more inclusive of conversation and more inclusive of scenarios where they can talk to each other and, you know, engage with one another. So I want my classes to be, it's not just about burning the calories. It's not about weight loss. It's not. My classes are more, you know, I had a tough day and let me have fun and feel confident in my body. That's what it's about. You know, maybe that feeling will inspire further action, and it's like a domino effect, right? So maybe then you will decide, okay, actually, I feel good when I sweat, so let me do more active things. Actually, I also need to take care of my mental. Let me go see my therapist about this thing that I'm struggling with. I just want it to be a way for my girls to feel confident and a space where they can forget about whatever might have happened during the day and just reset, right? So I guess that makes it like 50% mental at this point. The class is really, really a psychological relief that I want students to get out of it. Yeah. And for your other question,
what advice would you have for individuals who struggle with maintaining a healthy mind while pursuing their fitness goals?
Do you know what? I think right now the fitness industry in general and how it's portrayed on social media, it's very, very looks oriented, of course, and we all battle with ourselves.
With body dysmorphia,
we are never going to be good enough. One thing I will tell you is, even personal trainers or bodybuilders that may be ripped, right? Even them, they may also feel like they are not good enough, or, you know, they have to work on this part of their body or this muscle.
They're never satisfied.
You know, so at some point, I guess just understanding that your relationship with social media really, really has to be limited. You can't take what you see to be the reality. Of course, that's so cliche. And it's something that we all struggle with,
for sure,
right? Daily. But once you just do it just because, not because social media said so, not because you want to look like so-and-so. You just want to see how it goes, and give it a month, and then give it 2 months, and then give it 3. You really start experiencing the other benefits, the emotional relief, the endorphins, the energy throughout the day, the positivity. You don't argue a lot.
You've already exerted so much energy that you're just like, it's all good, man.
It's really a way to be zen. So, and this is whatever form of fitness you choose, be it running, be it strength training, be it yoga, be it whatever form you choose, you will start maybe realizing that it has all these other benefits that come attached to it. Of course, it's great to have goals. It's great to have body goals. It's great to have, you know, psychological goals and whatnot. But if you are going through stress levels while you are in your fitness journey, just keep being in your fitness journey.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it, I guess.
It's going to help you. And don't mind if you stop, it will be more detrimental.
I think for a long time for me, I didn't notice that I would get cranky if I didn't sweat in some shape or form for over 2 weeks. I start getting really cranky. And I don't even know that's why. But, sometimes I think, am I going to be on my period? No, I'm not. So why am I always cranky? And then I'll be like, of course, I'll get bloated and I'll just feel, but got tired all day. I'm yawning too much. I nap like during throughout random hours. And then I'll be like, let me get back to the gym. And then I remember, I'm like, this is why I liked it. Yeah, this is why I liked it. Yeah. So,
okay.
I think really pay attention to your body. Once you get through, there's a difficult phase. There's maybe the first month, 2 weeks for some people who are already kind of leading active lifestyle. But once you get just past that first month of like no more soreness everywhere and etc., if you just pay attention, your body is actually really, really loving
what's
happening. And so you just need to pay attention. Even your energy levels, we don't tend to pay attention to ourselves.
That's true.
So we don't know when we're high or low. We just know we're just not having it today. We're just going with the flow.
Or flow is not necessarily in a good way. You're just like, you're in traffic. You're just like
you're just at a level living,
of dissatisfaction.
Exactly.
Just like that middle level. Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely.
I have to say, I still go through stress, and I lead a pretty active lifestyle. I still go through stress. I go through body dysmorphia. I go through all of those things. And I think how I like to portray my social media is I want to show that imperfection. I want to show that. I want to be very relatable for people, and I don't want fitness to seem like such a concept that's like out there. I can't achieve it. I can never look like that. I can never be that motivated. I don't like that. So that's why, like, you'll probably see me making videos of me failing trying to do a certain number of push-ups.
Something.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I still see like people that do, this is how I was before and this is how I am now. But okay, what can't you do now? Because I can relate more to that.
Exactly.
Is how people think, right? And so, of course, it's great to do progress tracking and to show progress and whatnot. But also, I want to show people that there are things that even now I can't do. So maybe next year I'll be able to do those.
Exactly.
And then I'll show the transition of the fact that, I couldn't do pull-ups then. Now I can do pull-ups. All right, moving on to the next thing that I can't do. Guys, this is what I can't do right now.
Yeah.
So I guess that's something that I hold really dear to myself, is that because I remember how scared and anxious I used to get when I saw, oh my God, all these crazy fitness freaks doing it.
And also, like, let's not forget that it's like so airbrushed as well. They're not showing you the 10, 20 pictures that it took for them to get this one picture. They're not showing you the application that they used to airbrush the abs or whatever.
Exactly.
So, people should definitely steer clear, especially if you have body dysmorphia, if you have that stress associated with your body and how it's supposed to look. If you just disconnect for a bit, it definitely helps. I did that once. I'm just like, I started unfollowing these like influencers. I'm like, nothing against them. I loved their content, but it made me feel some type of way. So I'm just like, okay, until I can, go forward from this place that I am mentally when it comes to my body, I don't think I should be paying attention to this type of content because it's making me feel worse as it is and not creating this image in my head. This morning, also, I was like walking out and I wanted to take a selfie by the mirror and I took it and I'm just like, my belly is showing a little bit. And then I got here and like when I was waiting for you having coffee, I'm just like, fuck it. That's what I look like now. Like that's this is just what I look like now, and I'm gonna put it out there and I'll
that's it.
Balafo, me and Hamdi were saying step one for having a beach body is having a body. And that's it.
And you have it.
And that's fine.
Be very happy. Yeah.
Exactly. So
that's
definitely
great.
That's something that everybody is going through.
I'm gonna use that somewhere.
Definitely put it out there.
I think also, even when like I realize now what helped me during my initial phase of my fitness journey myself was dressing cute.
Yeah.
I mean, dressing in a way that was really comfortable for me, but also cute.
Yeah.
I had all my purple leggings. But I love all these colors that I put on my closet. I just love feeling very bubbly and like,
it helps you. It helps
really
you
helps.
like even go to the gym.
Honestly, that worked. Maybe only for like ladies. But like,
I mean, dudes, like get your own like Under Armour, like fit.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
But I remember I bought 5 different gym sets before I even started going to
the gym. I swear.
I bought 5 of them. It was so expensive. And I bought 5 of them and they were just sitting, staring at me for like months. And then I was like, okay, let me finally do this, right? And then I was like, okay, I'm looking cute to the gym anyway. And then you see your confidence grow within that.
Exactly.
So
slowly,
anyways, yeah.
So as a personal trainer and a group fitness instructor, you have the power to inspire and motivate others like you do on social media as well. So I wanted to know what or who is your biggest inspiration along your fitness journey?
Oh my God, she's not Ethiopian.
Okay.
But, so her name is Kaisa. Kaisa Fit is her Instagram handle. And I discovered her maybe about 2 years ago. Before that, of course, there are so many other influencers that I'll just watch and whatnot. Yeah. But I think she played such a huge role in me taking it on as a career, for one.
Okay.
And the type of fitness she does, it's really the type that I want to also instill in others. It's more about get your body moving, feel good in your body, don't feel restricted in your body. So her training techniques and things that she's able to do is just very inspiring. So like I said, it just goes beyond the looks and, all these kalay yalu benefits, but she's genuine. And so I've been watching her grow even as an athlete herself. So I aspire to be like her and learn the moves and fitness moves she does. And so I guess she's helping me a lot with finding my own path in how to inspire others in fitness.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So balancing personal life, work, self-care can be like a huge challenge, as we've seen. Gun, how do you prioritize self-care and maintain your own well-being while uplifting others? Because I'm sure it's draining on you too. How do you do it?
Especially since I moved back, that's been a very difficult thing to attain because it's very difficult to have a routine here, right? So, of course, when I was living in the US, I just know how my day is going to go. I'm going to wake up at 6, take a shower, get ready for work, you go to work. All the meetings you have, they're in your calendar a week before.
Yeah. And it's happening on time.
Exactly. And there are no surprises throughout the day, but no surprises throughout on my way home. Nothing out of the ordinary happens. But when I moved here, that was the most challenging part of moving back, I have to say, actually.
Every day is it's a surprise pack. Yeah. It's a surprise package. You open it and you see what's going to go down.
I tell people who are thinking of moving back, it's like every day here, you're going to be putting out fires. So you're not actually going to be able to live or work your plan because you have to put out fires, whether it be a family issue or, you got to run an errand from whatever it is. You might be putting out fires more than you had planned to. So I have to say, maybe I still struggle with it. So what I typically do is, taking that time off from Addis really helps me focus. So Addis Ababa, but chaotic below me somewhere.
It is. So even if you go to like Debre Zeit, Langano, whatever, it's like a completely different environment.
Yeah. So I think, what I'm doing now is I try and leave Addis so that I can refocus if I feel my stress levels are kind
exceedingly
of rising.
high.
Or that I'm not going according to my plan as I thought, right? But in general, I guess 3 things I would say. Journaling helps. Using my phone's calendar. It was so difficult for me to write to-do lists and calendar today.
Reminders.
It was really difficult to start doing that. But then once I did, oh my God, it just feels, I sleep better because I don't have to worry the next day. የረሳሁት ነገር አለ ምንድን ነበር የረሳሁት? And then ካለፈ በኋላ ለካ ይሄን ሰው ቀጥሬ or something, So using my calendar really really helps. And before I start the day and the night before as well, so the night before, writing down the things that I have to get done tomorrow in no particular order, because here is very difficult. Like I might say, oh, I gotta go and do this at 8 a.m., but maybe tazaktal. But I just write it down. So ideally, I have to do these things begin. And then, the first thing I do is I read that, and then I'm able to plan, like, oh, these are the things I have to do. And then at the end of the day, I see which ones I was unable to accomplish, and it transfers over to the next. And the ones that I did do, I just delete. This has really, really helped me especially when I had like busy schedules. Yeah, many clients, many places to go, many projects to try and, complete. And so this really, really helped me. It also helped my social media usage, because just writing about things that I have to do or want to do feels more productive
than scrolling.
And so automatically I'd forget that I'd even have Instagram or TikTok if I have those, busy days. And and even if you're not out here trying to be a freelancer, even if you're only working with one company and you aspire to do something but you can't leave yet or whatnot, I say this still helps. I would write things that would like, okay, I want to be a painter, but right now I'm working in a corporate environment, right? So even in that scenario, I would take literally one step. I would write on my notepad, buy that acrylic and tin that I saw on Telegram, on this group chat, whatever, or reach out to the person or whatever. Using this really keeps yourself accountable, because then I go back and I look at it, and if I haven't done any of it, I'm like, okay, I'm slacking. And so, it's a way that I can keep myself accountable and sane. Before I got into fitness, I was working Monday to Sunday. Yeah, I was going crazy because I was so anxious. I just moved back.
So you're just like, I need to work.
Yeah. So I was working. I will do anything and everything that came my way because, I told you I was freelancing and all these different things, right?
And they don't have regular pay. I feel you.
So if I'm doing events, I have to be there, even if it's a Sunday. Yeah. If I'm making websites, I have to be up until 3 a.m. if the client has said, make this change last minute or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was really working Monday to Sunday, and eventually I said, you know what? I'm not doing nothing on Sundays. To this day, I do not. Even when I started doing fitness as a career, I will not train on Sundays. No. Of course, for myself, maybe if throughout the week I was busy and then I want to go to the gym or something. Time. Okay, but I had my break, so I could go on Sunday or something like that.
But that's your self-care.
Yeah,
so
it's self-care. It's part of self-care. So I think self-care has many different
ways to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, there's the physical aspect, and then there's the emotional and mental, psychological.
Yeah.
I think for the physical, I would do something like I'll either run or go to the gym or something. What's very difficult with the gym? Hair. Oh my days.
I was gonna ask. I'm like, how do you do it?
When you're a female and if you're trying to get into fitness, I have to say, plan what to do with your hair.
Oh, for sure.
Because that will come in between your plans.
That's so
like
true.
That will ruin your plans of your fitness journey.
I'm telling you.
That's why I learned to do my own hair.
No way.
Yes.
Did you do this yourself?
Yes, I did.
Stop.
Thank you.
Girl, it looks so good.
Thank you.
So that's what you do for your physical self-care. Mental health-wise, I'm sure the
mental health, journaling,
helps.
Exercising still helps.
Journaling is amazing. Do you do morning pages?
I do once in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Journaling?
Yeah, I should journal more.
You should journal every day.
I should.
You should.
I guess now what's happening is that there's not enough progress for me to journal about, right? Mm-hmm. So when I'm in a phase of like, okay, action, let me do this, let me do this, let me do that. Normally nothing really happened throughout the day. So for me, it's very difficult my journal is very, very
sparse.
I mean, it's not a dear diary. Today, it's not that kind.
No, that's not what I mean.
It's more like, social life. And then I have pointers and then career prospects, and then I have things. And then, so it's very, very objective and like bullet points.
Wow.
And that's the kind of journaling
Business psychology will do this to you. You run it like you're just like running a business. You're just like, what's the progress?
I know.
Call HR.
Yeah. So, I mean, I try to write about all aspects of my life, again. It's not daily yalhono lezano. So once a week and twice a week sihongan, I'll have like maybe 2-3 pages liyon chulali. It's afkuino still. Although, no, you're right. I should probably journal
do it every day.
more. Yeah.
I would just do it when I felt like it. And usually I feel like it when I'm either very sad or like very happy and I want to like document it. So, but I'm reading this book now called The Artist's Way. And it's such a good book. And it tells you whether you're a lawyer or any career prospects that you might have, you should journal every day and journal 3 pages. Even if you don't know what to write about, you say, I don't know what to write about because I have to sit here and write this journal. La la la. And then your brain will just open and you become, it's called The Artist's Way because even if you don't have a creative work, you become so creative because you know you have a place and outlet to let out your anger, happiness, boredom, and usually do it in the morning. I do it after getting my coffee and cleaning my room because I can't function without that. Because I just write 3 pages. Even if I had nothing to write about, I'll be like, so I just cleaned my room and and then it'll just come out. And I'm like, damn. So that's been like on my mind. I had no idea. And they usually tell you to do it in the morning so that you can just put it out on the pages and then go about your day. And it does help. And I would recommend the book as well.
You know, one thing that I don't hear people saying quite often. So we see journaling as being a way to decompress and reflect. You know, if you have any built up emotion, you're able to
let it out on the page.
Do you know what I find about journaling that's also very, very relaxing? And even if I don't have anything to write, reading what I wrote.
Oh my God. Yeah.
From years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, I started journaling when I just moved back. So I have like 4 years worth of stuff. So even if I don't have anything to write about, I do know I will have those days where I'm really, really down. I'm really feeling sad and I can't really bring myself to write about it.
Yeah.
So I'll just read what I had.
And you'll see the progress.
Yes.
How far you've come.
Yes. And then all of a sudden I'm out of that like down, depressed mode and maybe I'll have something to write about even like, you know, wow, 4 years ago I can't believe this. And I'm living what I said 4 years ago. So anyway, so reading back is a really,
also
really,
one way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about, I've seen, like, gone through your website. Top tier website, by the way. It's very nice.
You.
And it says on the website that you did it because there aren't any women-specific training programs or a space that's, like, separate for females. I'm sure there's even a bigger gap in terms of career path for women. There aren't many female trainers and stuff. So have you encountered any specific hurdles as a female entrepreneur, as a female fitness instructor? How have you overcome them?
Oh my gosh, yes, daily. Especially when you are in a male-dominated industry.
Yeah.
And I guess Kadro Jamro, I was in a male-dominated industry, even in the sense of...
Isn't it all? Like, I'm just saying.
I guess actually, yeah.
So most of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in general, I guess I have really taught myself to hold on to the people that make me feel the most safe. My family has been so supportive, and of course it might be difficult to ask for help sometimes, but I've learned that the people that love you and want the best for you will always come through. So I've learned to know when to ask for help and when to say, I actually can't do this. Right? So, and in general, what I said earlier of like knowing what my weaknesses are, I have surrounded myself with people that have the strengths that I may not. And so I'm able to learn from them, or I'm able to take advice from them. That includes my dad. Like, my dad has so much business and financial knowledge that he just casually throws out. He has never read a self-help book.
But he's like full of the one-liners.
You know, I don't need to purchase, you know, any of those books. I can literally go to dad. And yeah, so as long as we are willing to learn and say, okay, I actually don't know how to do this, I think that's the first step to passing whatever challenges we might face.
Yeah.
there are challenges that you face that you can't go to anyone for. There are some internal challenges, right? Some things you might face. It might be sexual assault.
That's what I'm, yeah.
Obviously,
that's
who am I going to go
first
to if that happens?
That's the first thing that came to
And I mean, it has happened so much that I think at this point, maybe I'm not, I have a thick
Fazed
skin
by
for it or something. Oh, and G, how did I pass them?
Good question. Yeah.
How would you pass those kinds of challenges?
It's hard.
If it actually comes in between you and your work. I have had times where unless this person gets what he wants. Yeah.
Oh.
And so how am I going to go about it? Obviously, you know, who do I ask for help even, right? Like, የሆነ ሴት ስትሆኚ በጣም ታክቲካል መሆን አለብሽ ነው የምንባለው. But you have to be wise. You have to be ምናምን. What does that mean?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know what
you
that
want us
means.
to use our bodies like Swiss Army knives? Algabang. Like, what is this?
Just be wise. Be very smart.
It puts the accountability on you instead of the person who's trying to take advantage of you.
But to some degree, what sucks is that if that person that's trying to take advantage of you is never going to be held accountable not by the system, not by the country, not by the people, then maybe, you do have to take it into your own hands to say either, nope, this is not worth until. Like, just leave everything or find a way almost to, I mean, I remember there was a time that I felt really, really uncomfortable, but I still had to get like a signature out of somebody, right? And I felt really uncomfortable. So you have to think on your feet. I was like, hey, like, I gotta go because so is calling me and like I have a whatever emergency. And then I made sure that we met in a public place the next time. Yeah.
Good.
So, you know, these are the things I learned through different I would have not thought a thing about meeting someone in their office to get their signature, right? This is, you're going into an office.
Yeah. And you think it's going to be so fine and dandy.
Yeah. But it was a very uncomfortable situation. I've never been brought into a situation like that before. And I was like, but you know, you have to think on your feet and then but I mean, I lied out of my ass. I didn't have a family emergency. I don't know. I just said, and died. Like, I don't know.
You'll do
but
it.
It's not, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah.
And so, in any case, there have been even more instances where I just had to
think on your feet.
Think on my feet. And through time and practice, I guess now I know how to deal with some things.
But now you know, like, definitely stay safe. And
I wish, I don't know, I guess through more conversation, maybe more podcasts like this where people and women actually share their struggles and how to find information on this. Ethiopia culture ደግሞ የተለየ ነው. So when you're working with Ethiopian people and the Ethiopian culture, it's ዝም ብሎ I'm a woman, I got my rights ምናምን ማለትም it might not get you anywhere, right? So what do I gotta do then in Milan? Because I know many people go through it daily.
Every day, people in colleges, even people who haven't graduated, like deal with this.
Debate. Professors and students, what kind of relationship is there?
Exactly.
In order to get grades, what happens, right? Like
I've been asked to do like a separate presentation, nay akrabi ምናምን, nay office ምናምን ተብዬ. I'm like, hey G, I looked for, he has an assistant አስተማሪ that he works with. ይዣት መጣሁ. I'm like, አንቺንም ነይ ብሎሻል ብዬ. I lied. And I'm like, እሷን ይዣት ገባሁና I did my presentation and we left together.
Really?
Yeah. He still gave me like a shitty grade, but I'm like, why am I doing a private presentation for you? It just makes no sense. Like, you can take 10 minutes from the class for me to go up and do the presentation. Yeah, it was like so many dodgy situations where even as a child you have to like...
I feel like there should be a different, like, it could make its own podcast where women just share this and it could help people.
People who feel isolated.
Exactly. So on your experience right now, that teacher probably asked another girl to give him a private intern
presentation.
And
for sure, it's not his first rodeo. And there are so many people who are perpetuating this behavior, and the people who feel isolated feel like it's an isolated situation. And even when that happened to me, I'm just like, oh my God, why did I do this? Why did I get myself into this situation? I went blaming myself at some point. So I think sharing the story is definitely the first step into, going through it. It's kabad. It's kabad. As a wrap up for this section of the questions, what is like the ultimate goal for Afro Heat, and how do you hope to inspire and empower individuals through this movement? So what's the next step for you?
So Afroheat is a fitness lifestyle brand. It's very, very Pan-African. It's not meant for just Ethiopia and Ethiopians. I am working on various projects within Afroheat, traveling around the continent, getting inspiration for music and dance, and showing it for Africans in the diaspora and within Africa. Also working in a lot of other fitness products, including fitness foods and fitness apparel. So Afroheat really is the fitness lifestyle brand I would want people to associate with, because it's very, very them, right? It's very relatable, and it's very African, and it's very authentic.
Yeah.
So that's the big picture for Afroheat.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you can tap into so many different cultures and movements and dance. It would be a cultural exchange moment.
Exactly. Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you.
Well, now we're in the fun question segment.
Okay.
I mean, the first one also relates to what we've been talking about. What is that one song that comes up during your fitness classes that gets people riled up? It could be seasonal.
Ooh. It is very seasonal. I have to say, there was one song that was really, really loved by almost all my students. And Back Way, that's the name of the song.
Back Way?
Yes.
She cock it up, how she want it? Back way. How she want it? Back way. Set up yourself, my girl, you want it? Back way. Yeah, she want it? Back way. My girl, bend down. Bend down. I say bend down. Bend down. How you want so? My girl, bring up the foot now.
Do you like reality shows? I don't know. Reality TV?
I mean, I've seen Love Island is one that I've watched.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask, if you could be a contestant on any reality TV show, which one would you choose and why?
Ooh, actually, the
100?
No. Okay. No, there's this one that I watched. It's about, so these people, they come in a villa. Kahadi minduno Englishnya? Trader, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I would be on the Trader. Girl, oh my God. I was on the edge of my seat.
Wow.
So the Trader is about all these people come into a villa, and then one person is assigned to be the trader.
Okay.
But nobody else knows. And
do you know? As an
only,
audience?
Yeah, this one, yeah, you do know.
Okay.
But you have to eliminate the people, and they have to guess who is eliminating them. It's like that game.
Not I Know the Killer. But
Ow!
Yeah,
no, I really thought I Know the Killer.
But there was another one.
Another one, Leila.
A mobile game. It was called Among Us.
Oh.
Among Us. Among Us is that's the game it is. So you go into a spaceship, like it's a mobile game, and then you find out who the imposter is.
Yeah.
If you can't find them, he'll kill you. He'll kill you. Yeah.
So and then every time these people will gather, and then they'll try to find the traitor and get him eliminated from the show. Mm-hmm. And then say you are the traitor, and then they say we think it is you. You have to manipulate them into thinking that you are not.
Whoa.
Anyway,
I feel like you'd be good because you studied business psychology. Hey, you have a superpower.
I guess I would not. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't want to be on that show because it causes serious trust issues.
My gosh.
I mean, I was like, bro, how can someone lie like this? Yeah, it's really nice.
It sounds interesting. So if you could invent a holiday, what would it be called and how would it be celebrated?
How do you come up with these questions? Because okay, so if I could invent a holiday, what do I feel like it should be a holiday but isn't? Ooh, something to do with fitness, maybe?
Yeah, go for it. I thought you would say that too.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that came to my mind. I don't know. Are there any fitness related holidays?
No, girl, just gluttony. Just food and alcohol.
Just a love yourself day. Fine, let's call it a love yourself day.
Okay. What would you do then? How would it be celebrated? We would gift each other, just to build on that, I feel like we should gift each other care packages.
Ooh.
It would be like Christmas, but you give each other care packages.
I don't know if it was care packages, and I know you love avocado treatments for your hair. Maybe I'll get you that. And if somebody else loves running, maybe I'll get them running shoes. Or if they love biking, maybe a bicycle.
So it's just,
self-care in any shape
or form.
or
give them
four.
like a a voucher for like 3 therapy sessions.
Yeah.
That would
I
be
think
nice.
this should be a thing.
I think I'm behind it. I'll sign the petition like to make this official.
Yeah.
That sounds nice. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming through. Let the listeners know where they can find you and your work.
Thank you for having me. This was so amazing. Everybody can find me via my Instagram handle, Hamrawit _Gizaw, or you can search Afroheat Fitness, and I'm pretty sure most of the tags are going to be mine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and also my website is www.afroheatfitness.com. Yeah.
TikTok too.
TikTok, Hamrawit Gizaw. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's all their socials. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty. Well, see, I told you guys we would have a more chipper episode next time. So, thank you all for listening. Bye.